Hi, ho, hey, howdy, I'm sick. Sorry, haven't been able to upload this week. Throat in a lot of pain. But ignoring that, I just realized Pokemon Sword and Shield less than a month away, and we have a list of Pokemon that are confirmed to be in the game so far, both old and new. I will look at this list and just decide what do I want my team to be in Pokemon Sword and Shield. And there's already a lot of information I have to go off of, and different designs and things like that, and abilities, and there's a lot to consider when that's going to go into this, but I think we can make a pretty decent team out of what we have, even if it is mostly Gen 1, which is... We can make this work. I feel like we can make this work. So first off, I'm going to have a Pressure, Tanky, Eviolite, Dusclops on my team. This won't be necessary for the main storyline of the game, because NPC trainers are kind of meh. But it's going to be nice to have for online, and I can make it work probably in the context of Sword and Shield story. I'm hoping I can get some good use out of it. If not, I do have a replacement for this, which I'll get into later on, but I do have my finger on the prayer button that Dusclops is going to work out in my favor. Ideally, I would have Infernape here, but none of the other starters are probably going to be in Sword and Shield, and they're not even on the list on Cerebi, so for now, for my fast and speedy sweeper, I'm going to have a Fire type and Ghost type known as Chandelure, with either Flash Fire or Flame Body, depending on if I want to be hatching eggs or not. Normally I like to have some type diversity in my parties, but I feel like taking a page from Danny Phantom's book and going Ghost might not be such a bad idea in Sword and Shield. The stat totals of some of the Pokemon they've revealed so far, the fact there's no Mega Evolution anymore, means Ghost types could potentially rule the tier ladder in Sword and Shield, so we'll see what happens. If it ends up being a bad idea, well, I'll probably dump Dusclops and Chandelure altogether. Again, I do have backups further down in the video. Serene Grace Togekiss with Air Slash and Thunder Wave for para hacks and flinch hacks? Perfect. Plus, having a flying type who's also a fairy type never hurts, especially when you're going against counter picks for ghost types. That's going to be helpful further down the line anyway. Obstagoon might end up being a pretty good taunt and setup Pokemon, not gonna lie. But also, he could also probably be used as a nice physical wall or as a very good Punisher. We have yet to see his moveset, but from what we've seen in the trailers, he seems to be pretty decent at holding his own. But again, before I make my final decision whether or not I want Obstagoon to be in my party, I kinda do want to see his final moveset, then I can be set in stone on a strategy to use with him, but as like an aesthetic, he might be cool just to have around. Just pop in battle first, taunt, leave, okay thanks, bye. And then up next we have kind of a faster physical sweeper. I kinda wanted to go with Gallade or Tyranitar, but then I saw Toxicroak and I was like, Poison Jab could work on this, because it'll cover the weaknesses I already have, so I figured Toxicroak could be more useful to my team than Tyranitar would be, because Tyranitar is kinda slow, and it doesn't have its Mega Evolution anymore, and I don't know, I don't think my team really needs a bulky physical sweeper like Tyranitar. I already have Dusclops as kind of like my kind of bulky Pokemon anyway, and I think having an assassin like Toxicroak might help me out in the longer run. So lastly, for, you know, the purposes of the main campaign, not competitive, I haven't decided on a competitive team yet, but we have Noivern, who I have chosen over Hydreigon, which you're probably going to laugh at, but my reason is its speed stat. It's just a little bit higher, I'd say a little bit, but it's actually much higher, and its move pool is a little bit more decent. And honestly, all you really need for Hydreigon is to send him with a Focus Sash and Draco Meteor the heck out of your opponent, but I kind of want Noivern for the defog and its utility over just raw power, so I gotta take Noivern over that anyway, and I don't really like using pseudo-legendaries against NPCs. It just doesn't really... it just kind of takes the fun out of it. Alright, so I kind of touched on this already, but if I had to make a choice as to who I would substitute, if the need really called for it, I would sub out Dusclops for Tyranitar, because if Dusclops isn't really pulling his weight, I would need a physical sweeper, and it'd have to be pretty bulky, and you know, a dark type would complement my ghost fairy types quite nicely, so I feel like Tyranitar would definitely edge Dusclops out a little bit. Toxicroak and Gallade would be kind of like a situational switch, so if I'm facing someone who uses primarily ground types, I probably wouldn't bring Toxicroak and I might bring Gallade instead, because it's neutral against Gallade and super effective against Toxicroak, and if I need that really speedy physical sweeper, yeah, I would bring Gallade over Toxicroak for sure. But in essence, there you go. This is essentially the team I am striving to attain in Pokemon Sword and Shield. What team do you want to make out of the Pokemon you kind of have to scramble with a spatula? Let me know down below in the comments, because I'm interested to see what you can come up with. I'll leave the list of the confirmed Pokemon in the description. It's on cerebi.net in case you actually want to put in the effort and look yourself, but I recommend just going to the description because I'm nice and I want to put in the effort for you, because I love you, deep down. Even though I don't know you, and you really don't know me, and that's really kind of creepy if I think about it. Just go with it, alright? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. Again, comment down below, let me know what your team you want to make, and hit the subscribe button if you see more of my content 2 to 3 times a week. This week I've been sick, so it has only been 2 times. I'm sorry. I meant to make more videos. I actually want to make a video on the new Gigantamax forms, but then I realized, oh wait, they're all Kanto again, and they're all Pokemon we've already gotten that have been getting special treatment recently. Why should I bother? You know, it's just kind of more of the same. Anyway, I hope to see all you beautiful people in the next video. Until then, bye.